Hey, it's Matt Davis, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So what my YouTube channel is about, there's a bunch of things, but kind of mainly it's a platform for me to share what I'm into, my hobbies, my interests, and those things with you guys. So I went to school for graphic design, and I use that in my daily job. I have a background in video production and audio engineering. I am a drummer, I'm a guitar player, I play a little bit of piano, learning more, and pretty much if it's musical, I pick it up. So, or try to. I might hold it and then not be able to play it, but that's just how it goes. Some of my main interests are model flying and quadcopters. I like to play video games. I've been playing games since I can remember, with the original NES, playing Mario and Zelda and those games, and now with my kids, we play games a lot. I'll be sharing some of that with you guys. I also am into 3D printing. That's kind of a newer hobby. The last couple years, I got a 3D printer and then I got a second one. And I have a live stream of my 3D printer that goes anytime my printers are printing. You can check that out at Matt Davis's 3D printer on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear some of my music, and I usually try to show what I'm printing, like the website it's from, and then the stats as it prints, and then the web stream of the printer. So that's really cool. You can check that out. When I got into 3D printing, I was showing my buddy some of the stuff I could do. I'm like, look at this little whatever, and he's like, oh, that's cool. And he said, can you make anything that's not like a McDonald's toy? And so that really challenged me to think outside of just the little plastic one-offs that you see people printing. And with a few Google searches, I found the InMove project, which is a full-size humanoid robotics project. So I started printing that just a few months after I got my 3D printer. I'm still printing a couple years later, but you can see his name is Apollo, and his head's on a stand, but his torso is back there and his legs are printing right now. But he'll be like an Arduino controlled animatronic style robot with chatbot features and fully customizable, programmable, and that's another project you should check out. Link in the description. All right, let's talk about my music for a little bit. So I've always played the drums. I've always played guitar. Not always, but I taught myself guitar. And as soon as I did that, I started writing songs. Last year, I had this inspiration and just started writing all these songs. I wrote like almost 50 songs last year. You can find my music on Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, iTunes. There's more Tidal. I'm not even sure. So you can find it under the title Matt Davis and his Atomic Roller Skates. A lot of it is it's kind of a mix of electronic and what I would call space rock, which is kind of more laid back or futuristic sounding rock music. Some of them kind of dip into the experimental. So check it out and see what you think. That's going to be coming to this channel too. The Song a Week initiative is for my supporters, and eventually that might become a part of an album down the road. We'll just have to see, but writing one song a week. So if you go over to Patreon, you can support me. The streamer level supporter gets access to music. There's a dollar level and so on and so forth. Each one has rewards and things that I think are pretty cool. So you'll have to just go check that out and see what you think too. If you're new to Patreon, that's cool. Make an account. You don't have to support if you don't want to. Supporting does really help me out. But if you follow me, you'll get my public posts, and I try to make I'll make one at least once a week, kind of letting everybody know what I'm up to, or the newest song I made with a demo version, kind of like you get here, but with Patreon there's a lot more. Along with my music endeavor, I'm building a modular synthesizer, so I will be soldering that stuff together and building my own Euro rack, and you can see that right here on this channel. And what else? I feel like I'm missing I'm always missing something. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. The little bell next to it will let you know anytime I post a video. A really handy way to be notified if you like my stuff. If not, just subscribe, and then when you're on YouTube, you'll be like, oh yeah, Matt Davis, I remember him. If you want to chat with me, message in the comments section. I try to reply to everybody. And make your way over to Patreon. YouTube and Patreon are kind of going hand in hand, but there are definitely benefits to being on Patreon. I'll just let you check it out. I won't go into any more details. But yeah, so see ya. I mean, this is way too long for a channel update.